is called verify. The problem we're going to solve with this proposal is to prevent scams toward the elderly population. The elderly population is the population that is mostly affected by scams. This problem is important because, first of all, elderly and mentally disabled people are at high risk of being targeted by scams. This is because elderly people, when you think about it, haven't had much experience with deepfakes or AI accounts, and it is possible for companies to take advantage of this and convince them to make large transactions. This app is meant to help protect and guide these individuals. Some current challenges that we have are we have AI-powered fraud detection software and biometric authentication, but some issues with this is, for example, a false positive is when the system incorrectly matches an input to a non-matching template, and bank summarizers are marketed towards people in the finance sector who already have personal finance knowledge. Our team has developed an app to address all of these problems in order to help the elderly. This project will aid them in identifying suspicious financial activities before they lose their money. It will also help them by being more readable and identifiable. Our app helps the elderly population to be able to monitor any unusual financial activity with permission of the user and uses AI to help explain any suspicious financial activity. Users can upload monthly bank statements in order for the AI to review. These are the key features. Previous solutions such as biometric authentication have failed due to some issues such as a false positive and a false negative. A false negative is when an input is incorrectly matched to a non-matching template.
So for our prototype, we started off, this is just like 2 features. We have a trusted family helper, and you can basically input your family member's name and then their email, and it automatically generates a link so that they can view your bank statement summary. And then another feature that we included was a subscription terms checker, and it basically before you subscribe for something and you think oh, this might be a little bit suspicious, you can just copy paste the terms and conditions in here, and then it automatically checks those terms so that you can see what permissions it's using, what data that it's requesting from you, and this is just what's the summary that it gives you. It's kind of concise, and it just tells you what information you'll be getting. This is the main page. So for the first slide, this just shows you voice help is one of the features that we have. There's a lot of neurodivergent patients who might have struggles or disabilities with reading as they grow older, so then voice help can automatically read out these bank statement summaries so that they don't have to struggle. I know this looks a little simple, but since this is targeted for the elderly, we're trying to keep it as simple as we can. We're making the buttons as big as they can be, trying to keep the text as big as they can too, so that they can read it clearly. Another thing that we have is it automatically summarizes it. It shows you the total deposit amount, the total withdrawal amount, and then what money is left over. There's also the summary and then things to check. That's what the AI reads out for you. And it also shows you which statement you uploaded and then how many lists there are. It also shows you which family member you're sharing with. So there's those features too. And then the technology that we use to create this, we basically just use Visual Studio Code for the actual code, and then Cloud AI and then Codex were used to develop the code, and Codex basically made the whole UI interface, and then Cloud was used for a lot of the debugging. GitHub, we used it to upload the files, and then those files were uploaded to Render so that we could create a live shareable link. And then on Render, we also have our database so that we can view all our data there, and then use the PostgreSQL so that we can view that data as well. So now,
By now, we've already established that our elderly population and the financially illiterate are our target users. Our app helps to prevent any money loss from any financial scam.
Our main aim here is to not only help the elderly make safer choices, but also help them become more financially independent. So we have two features such as the AI, which explains why certain transactions may come out to be suspicious so that they can identify it and make decisions towards it. So then we have another feature where families can get alerted about higher risk transactions. Ultimately, we hope to raise awareness about the financial scams mainly targeting the elderly, so they're equipped with knowledge about what to do in these type of situations. So this is our future roadmap, and first we plan to finish up our app before having it tested out. Then we take that feedback from the user population to add or improve any features. We plan to present our app to any potential partners to invest, then launch our app for any Android or Apple users. Then we plan to reach it globally, improve more, and plan for the future. So our main three takeaways would be: one, that this app that we've created has become important because the elderly have susceptible traits which make it easier for them to become targeted, but this is where our app comes in to help guide them with these type of decisions. Next, we've already discussed about our two features such as the AI that explains about the scams and also the trusted family members. This not only protects our individual, but also helps guide them in the future. So we plan to grow and expand for more and more people would be in use of this app, such as people in the neurodivergent population, especially people with dyslexia, ADHD, and autism.
Awesome work, you guys. Thank you so much, and give it up for Team NAL. Let's go ahead and get started with our judges' questions.
Hi, Team NAL. That was a wonderful presentation. I love how you also introduce neurodivergence and not just concentrate on one specific population. My question to you is, because you're storing financially sensitive items such as bank statements, what is the security that you've thought about in the app, especially when you're storing this sort of information for a long term?
So we plan to keep the data as secure as we can and keep it to one database. We don't want to share this data out as much because this is just to help the elderly. We're not trying to monetize too much on it. That's why it's a self-funded thing. And then later on, we might do partnerships with old age homes. But the main point that we want to keep across is this data is staying with the website. It's not leaving at all.
All right, thank you.
Hey, that's a great idea, and it's a real problem. How are we going to distribute this? Because banks would do this as a feature in their existing mobile app.
Yeah, so that's why we thought of this idea when Latanya was volunteering at an old age home, and we're thinking we might do partnerships with them, and then we could introduce our app to them directly, so then they can test it out, and for a few months we can see what other features that we need to add to make our app more identifiable, and we don't sell this out to some other big corporation.
Yeah, I would suggest think about distributing through banks because that's the fastest route. And banks do, embed fintech ideas into their ecosystem, so that would be a good distribution for you to think about.
So what are your methods to find fraud? Because banks are taking a lot on actually transactions of $1,000. So how you are checking if fraud transactions?
So AI is currently it's already building data on this and it's already doing research. So it can identify patterns that scams are most likely originated from. And there's new data being uploaded about how scams are progressing every single day. So that's what it's going to be built on.
Awesome work, you guys. Everyone, a great round of applause for